Hello. Hello, everyone. That was a little operator error. My light was actually blocking my camera. How is everyone? I'm so excited to be here. It's been a while since I've gotten on live, and I'm so excited. So, this is a video on upgrading our life in 2025. I haven't been on in such a long time because I have really been working hard on doing some research and just trying to do some things even in my life to be able to share with everyone else. So it's been a while. It's been a while since I've been on, but I'm really excited to share. And this brought on the way I was feeling, brought on these thoughts for myself, not just now, but even in the past few years. So my journey has been for the past several years. I'm going to say starting in about 2017, roughly. So it's been a while. And since then, I have just been adding more and more and more things to my mind and to my brain and to my life to upgrade even myself, and so that I can share the upgrades with you. So, this feeling of stagnation is really what catapulted me to do this video today. And feeling stagnant, feeling stuck, like I don't know what's happening. Like I just felt like everything was kind of at a standstill. And so I got some information from the people that I learned from, because I have different communities and different people and systems and devices in place for my own life and for my own upgrading in my life to help me. And then I would like to share those gems and those pearls with you. So, one of the things that was mentioned is to change your location. I do have my notes with me. So I thought, okay, what do you mean by change your location? So where I live, I'm not gonna move in terms of, when they say change your location, I'm not going to move somewhere else. Um, so that was kind of like a little tricky for me, and it was just it was a little confusing to me. But I thought, okay, let me figure this out. So the wheels started to turn in my mind, and I finally figured out what my this person was talking about. But it wouldn't necessarily mean that it had to be something that I had to do, because it involves, in a way, it kind of involves moving. But I'm not moving in the sense of a physical movement necessarily, of moving house or moving where I live. And so, one of the things that I really wanted to touch on, talking about upgrading our life in 2025, there are so many things out there right now. There is so much information and so much learning to do and to be had and to just absorb for ourselves, that I just felt it was so important. This came to me last year, this thought, and I just really wanted to recapture those moments and talk about how in my life I'm choosing not to allow those things to set in my mind anymore, because I feel like that kind of contributes to the stagnation. So one of the things that I was thinking of is it's something that I call the plastic spoon effect. And so I had gone we had gone on a camping trip as a family. And so one of the family members said, do we want to keep the plastic spoon? And I thought, no, absolutely not. We're not keeping the plastic spoon. That just really like clicked in my mind. It shifted something in me that said, I don't want to live like that. I don't want to live feeling like I have to save a plastic spoon for the future, for later use. It's a plastic spoon that really triggered something in me. Now, I'm being completely honest with you. This really triggered something, and I thought, I don't want to do that. So I said, no, absolutely not. We're not keeping the plastic spoon, throw it away. Well, the thinking of the individual, is still, save the plastic spoon, save the paper towel, save the the napkin, whatever it is you're using. And to me, that just really registered and said, no, we're not doing that anymore. So this new life that people are living, this exchange of thoughts and ideas, is just on another level for me. Sorry, I just feel like the lighting is not quite right. And I apologize for this. I have to figure out something about this. It's quite bright. So, what I want to do is just really encourage everyone that is watching, and especially this channel is really more for the ladies, for the women, for the precious, beautiful women out there, be it mothers, grandmothers, granddaughters, cousins, sisters, daughters, aunts, abuelas, any female out there who feels stagnant like I was feeling, who feels like they need a boost in their life, who feels like they need some sort of a little bit of a guidance, a little bit of direction, because that's how I was feeling. Like I didn't know which direction to go, and I didn't know which ideas to follow necessarily, other than my Bible-based ideas and Bible-based beliefs that are firmly established inside of me and in my heart and in my mind. But I know that God does not promote for us to be thinking that we don't have enough and that we don't have an abundance of everything that we need. And so, and I've referred to my beautiful plant before in the fact that that is so abundant. Like this plant is just gorgeously abundant with new leaves. In fact, she's got some new leaves, even more than, here's another one that's like literally just opened up, and then there's one here that's just about to open up. You can't really see her, but that this is an abundance right here in and itself, in and of itself, because it's, it's a plant and it's from God. All I do is water it and feed it and keep it. And so to me, the abundance that God gives, the abundance of sun and light and moon and stars and air that we breathe into our lungs, why would God want us to be in the mindset or in the thinking of, I don't have enough and I'm poor and I'm lacking? This mentality of lack is just, it was so difficult for me to think, and coming from a childhood of that lack mentality, of that we don't have enough, we are a poor family. And I just always thought, this cannot be all there is to life. That's what I've always thought since I was a little girl. This cannot be all there is to this life. And so then as the years went by, I, grew up and, got into a marriage and started a family, had children and everything, and kind of like left that to the side. But then it would every now and then like creep in and seep into my thinking and think, is this all there is to this life? But no, the more I do research and the more I look into God's word, I see that there is so much abundance. And just looking around us, just looking around to see what it is that we have around us, even just the air that we breathe into our lungs, the sight that we see and the sounds that we hear, whether we're indoors, whether we're outdoors, wherever we might be, there's an abundance out there. So God doesn't want us thinking or stuck in this mentality, having this mentality of, I don't have enough, or I need to save the plastic spoon. So this really compelled me to do this video, and I I just feel so strongly about the fact that I don't want to be stuck in that thinking. I don't want to be stagnant in my thinking and think, okay, this is all there is to my life. You know, I don't have anything else. There's nothing else for me. So this is my life. So let me just be happy and content with what I have. And I am content with what I have. However, we can step up and get more into our life and be more and feel more and have more. And so, with the thinking over the years that have been interwoven into my life, there was something that came up 3 years ago, and I've mentioned it in other videos in the past, that I had to make a very drastic change in my life. And so when I did that, it really proved to me that there are very strong, proven facts that this is not all there is to the life that we maybe see or feel at the time and in the moment. And so I ended up living in a space where it's just my space and it's my home. And I have an abundance of everything. Like, I have an abundance of clothes and shoes and furniture and plants, even plants. I have so many plants. Just in this room alone, I have two plants. And in each room of my home, I have more plants. And so that is an abundance to me. So that's a thinking that I want to take on, because it's my proven fact that's sitting right around me. The leaves on this plant are abundant, and just I have an abundance of friends. I have an overflow of love in my life. And so those are things that we can look to and grasp and hang on to, that can help us to see we don't need to save the plastic spoon. you know I appreciate the person who said this, who asked this question. Excuse me. I just I don't agree with it. I do not agree with it. And we kind of laughed it off. It was kind of a little bit of like a joke when in the moment, in the present moment. But it really stuck with me, and it really resonated with me. Like, I don't want to live that way. And so I just want to share that with you ladies and you girls, from from young ladies to teenagers to younger women in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s and beyond. I want to share this information because it's just so important to me that we have more. God is a God of abundance. God is a God of freely flowing abundance for us. And we just have to set it in our mind and in our heart. What is it that I want to have in my life? What is it that will help me to be a better person? Does it help us to be a better person when we are, in fact, lacking in different areas of our life? If we're struggling financially and we're struggling to just live from day to day, that doesn't make us happy. It doesn't make us feel good. So why not shift our thinking, turn off that old thinking pattern of there's not enough, we're poor, we're in a poverty state, there isn't enough, we live from paycheck to paycheck? No, I've chosen to turn that thinking off, ladies, and really turn up the dial on the thinking and grasping that abundance in my life and abundance in everyone's life. I can see it all around me. I see how people are flourishing and people are learning more about God and people are doing more in their life, and they're bringing and attracting more abundance, more love, more beauty, more financial freedom, more travel, more ease of life and play. It's just so beautiful, so beautiful. And so we really want to kind of like wash ourselves and our thinking and our mind and our mindset and our heart, so that we can get rid of that old thinking, choose to just turn it off, completely turn it off. And I want to just add, by turning it off is like, just don't give it any more energy. Don't give it any more thought. Don't add any more energy to that thinking of we don't have enough, we're poor, we live in a poverty state, there isn't enough. We're turning that off, and we're turning off the dial and focusing only on I have enough. I have more than enough. I have an abundance of shoes and clothes and furniture and life and love and care and ease and plants and flowers and trees and lakes and streams and mountains, oceans, people, care, hugs, smiles. There's so many things that we can add into our thinking that we have an abundance of food, groceries, abundance of beverages, water. Like I have my water, my refreshing water, but I add a little bit of tea every day, and then I have it like in the refrigerator and so I sip my tea all day long. It's like a lighter tea. And so I have even the abundance of the size of my glass is like 20 ounces. It's not a 6 or 8 ounce glass. This is a 20-ounce glass, and I drink at least 3 of these a day. So I have an abundance of water, an abundance of tea, an abundance of everything that I want to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, too, because there are gentlemen that are joining the channel, my channel, this channel. But I really want to attribute everything that I have, everything that I love and share with you to the God and Father in the heavens that has created all things and that has created you, has created me, and every loved person and thing, and atom and whale and elephant, every single living, breathing thing around us. So, ladies, I will leave you with that. Please look for the link to my store so that you can begin to see some of the things that I have added into my new store. So I'm so excited to share this information with you, and I'm so excited to be here with you today, finding the insights that I have been searching for years, have gotten them and started to really gather them up together. Lots of information, lots of learning, and lots and lots and lots of rich research that I want to bring to you and that I want to share with you. Thank you so much for listening. And again, if you don't know me and don't know who I am, you're new to my channel. My name is Rebecca, and I'm just so excited to be here with you and to show you, teach you, and especially share with you some of the insights that I have learned and have brought and attracted into my life. Thank you so much for listening.